Jain, let's deep dive to the Trump's monologue to 836 general officers and the admirals, which has taken place in Virginia Marine Base 2 days back. And what did he say? What exactly he meant? What he conveyed? That is important to analyze. And if I, sum it up, he has said, it will start off, we are under invasion from within and use of federal forces, around that he has spoken. But before that, it was started by his Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. He gave a monologue for one hour plus, and there was no clapping, no, standing ovation, nothing, pin drop of silence. Actually, everyone was stunned. No one spoke. He tried to, get a applause, get a, clap. No one clapped. And it was followed by the Trump. So I will do that analysis a little bit, but let's do it for Trump because this is very important. He has spoken something which gives you a direction, the strategic use of American military and what exactly it is happening. And this analysis is based on, very deep analysis of, understanding of American way of functioning, especially his military. I have operated with him, for a very long time in an international environment. So I can understand. So it is an analysis by a war veteran from India. Now, I'll come straight away with Trump. When Trump walks in, after the Pete Hegseth, he came and said, that you must relax, everyone is very stiff, you can talk, you can smoke, and things like that. And he said, if someone wants to go out, you can go out. And then he gives a caution. If anyone goes out, he will lose his rank, and he has to resign. This is the way, and he will be fired. This is the, so coercion started from the very beginning. And then what, he just, after introductions, he just came to direct to the point and the business. What he said, that we are under invasion from within. This is what he said that. And very soon he is going to, let this go off. This is what he has said and promised the way, Donald Trump speaks. So what we can make it out is this, that he wants to use the American federal forces to fight within. This is what in a nutshell it is there, use of federal forces to fight from within. And he says this is the biggest enemy and how it can be de-enemy, the concept of de-enemy, the threat from within. When we say we are under invasion from within, there are three threats, more or less, which he has not pointed out, but you can make it out. Immigrants explosion, the way the things are happening and the way he's fighting the immigration war. We are under invasion from within. This is he has said. And then he is talking about the threat. He is not directly told, but what actually means, we can make it out. And that is what about analysis. He has got three threats from inside. Immigration explosion, which has taken place in America, for which he is fighting it. War on drugs and cartels, which is there in America. And security of US cities, he is talking about in various forums. Then he has used, before this, the use of US federal forces. Within the United States of America and its water around, basically he's talking about the Western Hemisphere and from both North and South to America, including the underbelly of America. When he talks about the concept of the enemy from within, what does he mean? He gave the example. He gave that in Washington, within 12 days, National Guards were used, and this guard is Pete Hegseth Army. He has served in this for about 9 years as a major. And he was talking about that. Then he talked about Chicago. Very soon he are going to use it. Then California, that Portland. These are the names he has used. And many people in America, especially veterans, are talking about something for first time, a likely civil war scenario in the United States of America, the way the things are going very, very fast. And the time period, what they, feel that it will happen before the midterm next year. This is the real threat, and this is the threat he is talking about in a different form. And he says likely, this is what the concepts are, the way Donald Trump is handling the internal situations and the internal matters of the United States of America to make it great again. That is failing, more or less like a failing. See, what the people of America is now feeling. 30 to 40% feels that, what the president says is that Trump is right. 30 to 40% means that 70 to 60%, people feel that president has gone too far in its, his thinking of make the, America great again. The trade war, tariff war, the way he has taken the war all around. And what he is telling to the generals and admirals, that he is going to use the federal forces and he will downsize it. He has already done 20% in general, 4-star general, that is 44, now only 4-star general, 10% in other, ranks in cadre. And if you mix it up, what Pete Hegseth is saying, then you will come out with a very clear picture. The axe is going to fall into, United States, military forces. He is of the view that in his first term, he used to talk about, that the boots on ground should not be there, above the horizon strategy, where, it started last time, but it's somehow lost but in Pentagon it is there. Above the horizon strategy is there, that you have a strong bases all around, 750 bases there in the United States of America, and that can be used for carrying out an above the horizon strategy wherever you want to go, to have the American influence going on. But he is of the view that basically there's, this was there during Obama time, Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere. Western Hemisphere, he wants to keep it under his strict influence. That's why he was talking about Greenland, he is talking about Panama, he was talking about now Venezuela. He wants to have a very strict control, and basically when he is talking about Atlantic and transatlantic, he says a beautiful ocean is in between America. He wants to take Canada as the 51st state of the United States. He has got a meaning, he has got a design, and you will see all this thing happening, and it should not be taken lightly. He wants to pull back from the security commitment from all over the globe, especially in Europe, Indo-Pacific. He has given the security, commitment to Europe in the form of NATO. He has given the security commitment to Japan. He has given to North Korea. Probably he wants to, get away from there, because he knows the way he is dealing with the Taiwan. Probably he will give the platter to Taiwan and he will get away from there. He doesn't want to get involved in that. Pulling back from security commitment is the second concept. Then concept of Western and Eastern Hemisphere, he has not spelled it out, but you can, you can make it out. He is not of the view of the multipolar, which, country like India, like Russia is actually inspiring to be in other, slightly stronger forces. Especially into the Western Hemisphere, the things have gone wrong in Brazil, in Venezuela, in Argentina. He is, because that is the underbelly. He doesn't want this thing, the BRICS should come up, and the and Brazil can be a part of the BRICS, because that will actually, given a threat to his concept of Western Hemisphere. He want to dominate, he want to rule. He doesn't just want to have an influence, but he wants to rule. That's why he's talking about, Greenland. That is what the analysis is. And anyone, my Western friend who are looking, friend, this is exactly what Donald Trump is, feeling. It is exactly your Pentagon feels about it. Now, as for the veteran, the Western veteran, we have spoken and I have listened to them. Most of them are cheesed off. They're stunned. They, the way American, armed forces, American military have done the sacrifices. They were the finest military of the world. Douglas MacArthur, during the Second World War, when he came back to America, he was greeted like, anyone, I don't know any victor has been, welcomed, in the United States of America. That was the history. But now the history is behind. The way shabbily these military veterans, the military, serving, who are actually fighting the combat in the active service, they are pulled back, they are treated, they are giving lectured, and no less than the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, a major who has got a very, very, dark, see history behind it. He is lecturing them to how to behave, what should be the physical standard, how should be America, and how it can be a department of war, what is the war's theory and things like that. So this is a very big challenge, and American friends, you should look within. The veterans has to look within. Jai Hind.